This is Josh here from InsideWrestlingTruth, and today's guest is Picture Perfect Jordan Kage. Jordan, how you doing today, buddy?
Good. How are you, man?
Real good, real good.
You doing all right?
I'm hanging in there, man.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, first, tell us where you're from and who trained you.
I'm actually from Stamping Ground, Kentucky. That's where I was born and raised. And then when I got in the business, I was actually trained by Dirty Chris Hayes. He actually is one of the best in the business. And then I've trained with a lot of people. You know, I've trained with Jamie Noble. Even a lot of people say that it's not true, but I have. You know, but I've trained along with a lot of greats. But Dirty Chris is the one that got me started.
What guys did you follow growing up?
Of course, I've followed Hulk Hogan. He's always been one of the top guys, no matter what. You know, his ring ability wasn't probably the greatest, but you know, he actually, you know, he changed wrestling. I followed Sting, obviously, and I followed Ricky Steamboat. And I actually, even though he was a heel, I really loved Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect.
How did the name Picture Perfect come about?
You really want me to tell you this true story?
Yeah, true story.
True story. Seriously, I can't make up a story. You want me to tell the true story?
Truth.
Actually, the true story is that I was at work one time in Florida, and I was actually on the computer, the source, just naming in different names to call myself, and one name coming through the source was Picture Perfect, and it just clicked. And ever since then, everyone has been calling me Picture Perfect. So,
who's your favorite person in the Indies to work with?
I got one guy looking at me right now. I'm sure he probably wants me to say his name, but he never really worked very much. But probably one of my favorite ones to work would probably be Jason Kage. Every time we get in the ring, it doesn't matter when or where or whatever, our chemistry just match. One guy I love to work, actually, and I'm going to get some looks on the right-hand screen over here, if that's okay, is Legendary Larry D. We always had great chemistry, those guys. And then, you know, when it comes to, you know, in-ring ability and stuff, I think he's one of the best. And every time we got in the ring, we always topped it off. That's pretty much the top two guys. And one other guy I really liked a lot at work is Max Sled. You know, everybody knows he's not the greatest, but we always had a funny match. And just so, because I'm getting looks over here, Jimmy Clough. Oh, excuse me. Jimmy Fletcher. He's always been a good guy. We always had fun working together.
Cool. What's been your favorite company to work for and why?
Obviously, one of the favorite companies would be MWA. Is where I started. You know, they've always loved Chris Hayes. So it was always a great place to work. A lot of people don't know, I ref a lot in Florida, and one of the companies I ref for was FIP. That was always great. And then forever long the company was running, even though before, you know, I'm not gonna say any names that ran out with the money. Would be Pro Wrestling Freedom. That was always great to work there too. And also Northern Wrestling Federation, Roger Ruffin. He was always a great guy. I've always had good matches no matter what when I'm up there.
What were some of your favorite gimmicks coming up? Like,
What do you mean? As me doing?
No, like when you was growing up, like who were some of your favorite gimmicks?
I always loved Mr. Perfect. The vignettes of him doing the football and catching it by himself, and him shooting the basketball half court. That was just phenomenal. And then I don't even really say that this was my favorite gimmick, but when I was a little kid, you know, when Papa Shango would light people on fire, it's pretty cool. So, you know.
What's been your best and worst match?
Let's see. Probably one of the best matches I've ever had would probably be with. I have a couple select few. One would be Jason Kage when we went 50, 55 minutes to an hour. Another one would be with Kyle Matthews. He's probably one of the best in the world. I mean, I've got so many. Like Jonathan Gresham last week, we had a great match. And then I had one match with legendary Larry D that it was just, to me, was phenomenal. And, you know, I mean, I've got so many of them. And the worst matches, well, I would have to say, let's just keep that, so I don't, you know, let's just keep that to the bottom low. But I've had some pretty bad matches. So,
if you could work with any wrestler in the world, who would it be and why?
Any wrestler?
Yeah.
Probably would be either Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart. I'd always thought that they were always one of the best in the world. And then if you actually really want me to go as my childhood, you know, me growing up watching Hogan, I would probably like to work Hogan every now and then. And one other one I would love to work, no matter if he was from the 80s or from now, would be the Great Muta. I always was a big fan of the Great Muta.
What do you think is the biggest problem with the indies right now?
Guys training for 1 week or maybe training for 1 month and having their first match. Okay? It took me a year and a half of training before I even had my first match. And that's one of the main problems. Is people are not professionally trained. You got a lot of guys taking younger talent to money and then putting them in the ring untrained. That's one of the main things about. And politics. I ain't gonna lie, politics is the worst. And a lot of people are probably gonna be laughing right now when I say that, where I'm at right now. But you know, politics is the worst thing in the business. I mean, everything about, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, you can say that I'm, you know, a lot of people watching this going to watch this video and say, well, blah, 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 you know, you're somebody's boy, whatever. It has nothing to do with that. It's what I did in the ring that got me to where I'm at, you know. But politics is one of the main reasons, and, you know, main problems in the indies, because it's always somebody's boy, or if there's a clique or something like that.
Well, most of the people are just going to be jealous because they can't work, you know.
That's probably true, but I mean,
Yeah.
they're not gonna be jealous of me. I don't. Everybody think I'm not as good as people think I am. That's my opinion. You know.
What guys have you worked with that made it big in the business?
I've ref a lot of matches in Florida. I've ref with CM Punk. I've ref matches with Roderick Strong, Daniel Bryan. I mean, I've ref a lot of guys. That's Tyler Black. You know, a lot of guys that's been in the business, and that's actually, but that right there is what I learned the most from, is reffing. I would never take that back as reffing, you know, because that's where I've learned the most. But I mean, I've worked with a lot of guys that's been in the business. You know, I've worked a match with Scotty 2 Hotty that was big in the business, you know, but those guys, reffing is where I, you know, made it more big than anything. I mean, as in me learning, you know.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on hardcore wrestling?
Hardcore wrestling. If it's done right in an angle, it's good. Now, if it's something that's on a show that's done every single time, just like, you know, I will say the same thing that someone told me before. It's entertaining to see how stupid people are when they're just going in there, and just to watch them be stupid and get hit. But, you know, if it's done right in the business, I love it. That's right. That was for you.
Where do you see your career in 5 years?
It's a good question. That I really don't know, honestly. I really don't know.
What's your thoughts on WWE, TNA, and Ring of Honor currently?
TNA, bad booking, bad angles. They have so much talent in that business, in that company, that they could run the top of the line with WWE. You know, it's what I believe. You know, but they don't know how to use their talent the right way. Okay, they have the Wolves the American Wolves coming in, the top team, and then around here, and one of the top workers, then on that team, and Davey Richards, and they're waiting 3 or 4 weeks to even put them on the show, But WWE, I'm always going to be a big fan because if I don't care what anybody says, if you're a pro wrestler in this business, you're always going to watch where you want to be at, no matter what. In ROH, I don't watch much ROH because I just don't watch it much. I probably should watch it more, let's be honest, but I don't.
Who are some guys in the business you have no use for?
Well, on that question, I'm not going to name names, but to me, he's not a major player in my book.
What titles have you held in your career?
I've been the MWA Tag Champs. I've been the NWA Light Heavyweight Champ. Let's see, I've been the Pro Wrestling Freedom World Champ, and I'm the CCW Champ right now. That's pretty much it, I think. Who knows? I've been dropping my head so many times I might forget some stuff else I put on. So.
How does it feel to be labeled the best in the state?
It feels. I don't even know how. I don't even really know how to answer that question. That's something I didn't even really come up with. That's something that fans came up with, honestly, and I just ran with it. It feels good that a lot of fans think that I am the best in the state, but to be honest, when I watch my matches, I still find something that makes me think that I'm not. But I really do, it feels pretty good to know that people think that I am the best in the state no matter where I'm at. So,
what's been your favorite city or state to work in and why?
That's a good question, buddy. It's a good question, Josh. Very good question. I really don't know how to. I really don't know. I can't think of anything right now. I'm sure there's a lot of states and a lot of cities that. I guess one right now would be Mississippi. When I went to Mississippi for that 8-man tournament, it was a lot better than I expected. I thought it was going to be a lot worse, and I actually had a lot of fun.
Who's been the worst promoter you've worked for?
Let's pass that. So I don't want to get any heat. Let's just keep on rolling, Josh. Let's keep on rolling, Josh. What are you trying to do over here, Josh? Huh?
I'm trying to create a mess.
What? I wonder who your father is.
Who are some guys in the business you can call your real friends?
Really? There's not only a select few, actually. If I have to break the K word in our business, this will be the time I will break it. I would have to say Jimmy Fletcher. He's been a really good friend of mine, even though I better not say that. Never mind. But anyways, I would have to say Mike Sled. Even though we have our differences about certain things or who he's associated with on a certain person, but still on the back, where we first trained together, he's still my boy. And then even though we're not friends anymore, back in the day I was really close to Larry D, and I still love him as a brother, even though it's not like it used to be between the two of us. And but I still love him as a brother. And then I would have to say, I can't say that. Well, I would say that it's an old man with a gray beard. I won't say his name, but I'm sure a lot of people will know who he is. And he's been like a father to me since my dad died. And he's been right then and there. And then one other person would be Dirty Chris Hayes. He's always looked out for me, even though. But would you like to come in here and
Absolutely, hell yeah.
We're breaking the K word.
Fuck it.
Okay.
How you doing, baby?
I love you.
You should. Let me sit in here a minute.
Are you gonna sit on my lap?
I'm gonna sit right here.
All right.
Hey, hate to interrupt you here, Josh.
Are you okay with this?
Yeah, take your time, man.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Nah, I'll shoot you.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. Bang, boom, boom, out go the lights.
It's not loaded.
It's not loaded. See, look. Stupid bitches. Stupid fucks. This father fear I've been drinking. Yeah.
I have not.
He is not. I have been.
Yes, he has.
And I've been in a cave for a long time, and I don't want to upstage interview Josh.
He's gotta get over.
I love you too, baby. I gotta get over because it's all about me. Anybody who knows me knows my ego is bigger than his. My dick is too. Got any money? I'll show it to you.
That was a low.
I love this guy, kayfabe, right now. Whoops. Doesn't matter. Fat Jimmy's over there. Josh over here. Their old ladies are over there. I do love you, baby.
I love you too.
It's all yours.
You just stabbed me with this little wrist thing.
That wasn't my wrist thing.
Or whatever.
It was my other little thing.
The spikes just went in my
Hi, y'all
face.
out there. I'll leave you alone. Listen to the man. He's got shit to say. My boy Josh, he's got questions to ask. Hey, don't be a pussy boy. Tell him how it is.
Thank you. Love you. I really didn't think that was going to
You
happen.
left
Me
it
either.
That's okay.
Oh, you need a gun?
Uh-huh. Here, take that back before I get in trouble.
Whoops. Hey, the Beatles kind of. Hey, one more time. I like looking at myself in the camera. I am hot. You think the beer's long? You should see the slong. Ladies, you hungry?
Oh,
I got the dude. Needs a little loving.
is this a first for a video?
This is a first for a video. Absolutely, you should feel honored, my baby.
Hey,
Yeah, this guy's like a son.
will you stop hitting me with that?
I got more sons in this business. I tell you, I got more bastard kids than you'll ever shake a stick at.
Yeah, but that's number one. That's number two.
That's number one. Number two, I got Alistair, number three. I got Andrew, number four. I got RJ, number five. I got that goofball hardcore, whatever he calls himself. What's his hardcore who?
I don't know what you were talking
What's his name, James?
Hardcore Douglas.
Hardcore Douglas, sorry. But remember when I was in, what town were we in?
I don't know.
You were there?
What town are you talking
It
about?
don't matter. Sorry to interrupt you. I love you too,
So
son.
sorry.
Good luck, baby. Have fun. Sorry. Bye. I'll go back to my beer. Gotta get my gun. I'll shoot a motherfucker. And if you think I won't, knock on my door, bitch, and you know who I'm fucking talking to right now. Look at me real close, motherfucker. I will fucking kill you.
Do you have the cuss like that?
Yeah, I do. It's impressive.
He's trying to get a point across.
Just trying. Yeah, thank you, Jim. And this isn't to anybody in particular. That's the best part. It's just about two people in
Open
general. You mess with me, I mess with you. You mess with me, you mess with them. You mess with them, you're fucked up. Do you understand that? Sorry.
That's okay.
It's your interview, baby.
Have a good one. Thank you for
I do love you, baby.
I love you too.
See.
Oh, that's going to get heat with some people that I know. I know for sure.
All right, Jordan.
All right. Well, that was an intermission.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
a great intermission. Oh, good Lord.
What's been your worst injury?
Worst injury.
Sorry.
Probably. I broke my finger before, and it's still deformed. But I mean, really, the worst injury I ever had, actually, legit, would probably be a pinched nerve, and that's not much. You know, I take that back. I did break my tailbone once, and I couldn't sit down for like weeks on my butt. That's very painful. But that's pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much it.
What are some of your favorite moves you like to do in the ring?
Oh, well, I would name one, but someone in this business claims that he came up with it, and that's fine. I mean, if it gets me from not having heat with somebody, he can have it. But I put a name on it, and that's all that matters. But best moves to do. I mean, I just love to wrestle, man. I really don't have any best
Cool.
moves I like to do, man.
What has been your favorite angle?
That. I mean, that's I don't know, man. I really don't. I mean, I just love wrestling so much that, you know, any angle that I'm in, I love to do. I mean, I've always said to myself, you know, wrestling doesn't need me. I need wrestling. And that's the truth. You know, there's so many guys out there, wrestling doesn't need a Jordan Kage. But I know that I need wrestling to live. Because if I didn't have wrestling, I don't know. I mean, I would probably be depressed all the time. Even though I have a loving fiance at home and I have a beautiful daughter, it's just that wrestling has to be that one thing that I love to do.
What has been the greatest moment in your career so far?
Greatest moment in my career? Probably be several months ago, actually doing a match on TNA. That's probably one of the best wrestling matches of the career. So, you know, that was one of my, you know, I was actually there. So that was awesome. This match right here.
Photographic proof. See you.
Oh my God. What's wrong with him?
I don't know.
What is wrong with
I
him?
don't know.
Talk about the fishbowl.
No.
Fishbowl.
No. I swear to God if you do.
I'll
What-
take care of it.
What has been the largest crowd you've worked in front of?
Let's see. I've worked in. Oh, man. Problem is I get dropped in my head a lot. I don't remember a lot of stuff. I'd probably be TNA. There was probably a couple thousand, 3,000 people there. There was a lot of people, a lot more than I expected. That's probably been the largest crowd I've been with.
Who's the stiffest guy you ever worked with?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I really can't answer that because I mean, I like stiffness. You know, I like to be able to. I like the match to be stiff because that really shows. That's not. I know a lot of people are laughing right now because they think it's like in a gay term. I'm talking about as in the fact of the matter of, you know, the stiffer you are in the ring, the more believable it is. And there's so many smart marks in this business that know that how it is that, you know, you got to get across. I mean, really, I don't even know who's been, I don't remember, I mean, who actually could be the stiffest person I've been in the ring with.
What's one word that describes Jordan Kage?
Can I have 2 words?
Yeah.
Picture perfect.
When you retire, how do you want to be remembered?
Best in the state.
Jordan, I appreciate you coming on for this interview.
No problem.
Do you have any last words or anything you'd like to say to your fans?
Just keep following me. Hopefully I can make you proud. And anybody that doesn't believe in Picture Perfect Jordan Kage, I promise you one day I will tell you I told you so, that I will make it one day.
Thanks again, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks.